Hi everybody, welcome to our video newsletter for November. It's actually our first one we're doing. We normally email out our newsletters to you, or 4 times a year we mail one to you, but we know a lot of people don't have time to open them up, read them, so we're going to do it for you.
Yeah, we're going to read them off for you.
I'm Dr. Hosek.
I'm Brittney.
Okay, so start off, what's up at Merrick this month is Diabetes Awareness Month. So we got a coupon in the back about diabetic screenings. We got some really cool articles that are relating to diabetes, so let's dig in and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you start off with Pet of the Month, Brittney?
All right, so for our first Pet of the Month, we have Daisy, who is our new kitten to Merrick. She was adopted from by her mom, who got her in Indiana.
Cute.
Her other owner passed away, and Mom drove down to go get her. Her favorite things to do was to cuddle on her mom's lap, and her favorite staff members are, of course, Dr. Sullivan and Dr. Martin, but she loves all the people here. She's very happy, very playful, and we're happy that she's with us.
And thank you to Daniela for getting that stuff together for Pet of the Month. And if you think your pet should be Pet of the Month, just let us know. Send us an email. We also have a great article here written by Brittney on Thanksgiving tips for your pets around the holidays. So, Brittney, what are the big things people should be aware of with their pets around Thanksgiving?
Big things about Thanksgiving is no table scraps.
Never table scraps.
Never keep the piece on the table, never under it. We can cause pancreatitis, diarrhea, vomiting, things like that. Definitely no pie for desserts as a treat for them.
Yeah, our Friday after Thanksgiving is Brown Friday.
It's usually nasty.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Being careful with your decoration and plants. A lot of plants are poisonous for pets, and what most owners don't know is some of the prettiest ones are the most deadly ones for them as well. Watching your decorations as well. A lot of foreign bodies happen around this time of year for Thanksgiving and Christmas, so we always have to watch out what you're putting out and that what height is going to be for pets.
And then we got a lot of people coming over. What happens when there's a lot of people around the pets? How do they?
A lot of times you do have to watch your pet's stress level, and then watching that door. If you have a dog who's very excited to see new people and that door opens and the pet gets out, some of the worst things that can happen is, while there's a lot of traffic, family going to and from places, there are cars going, there's a lot of accidents on highways. Right. You want to keep that pet inside. You can also get sedatives if your pet is very anxious anyway. Right. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to barricade them in a room if you have to. You can always let them out to see the family or let family go in to see them, but sometimes...
Yeah, Mom's got a glass of wine, let the dog have their alprazolam.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Keep them calm.
Okay. We also have another feature in our newsletter every month if you've been reading it. It's called Ask Our Vet. So if you have a question about your pet's health or general pet question, email that to us. And we got a question this month that relates to diabetes.
Is diabetes in pet like diabetes in people?
Actually, it's very similar to diabetes in people. There's actually 2 types of diabetes, and we see one type more often in dogs and one type more often in cats. So dogs are more typical of type 1 diabetes, which we call insulin dependent. So they need to have insulin to survive. Their bodies stop producing insulin.
What are usually some symptoms for dogs?
Dogs and cats, we see an increased appetite because even though they've got high blood sugar, it's not getting to their cells, so it's signaling to their brain that they're hungry. And because all that blood sugar's in their blood, it gets into the urine, and that makes them have to pee a lot. Yeah. So drinking a lot and peeing a lot is a typical thing. And weight loss, because they can't use that glucose to build muscle or body tissue, they lose weight.
Lose a lot of weight.
So, and in cats, we typically see the type 2 diabetes, which is the non-insulin dependent. And just like in people, it can be associated with them being overweight, most commonly is. Yeah. Although we usually will see the cats once they start losing weight.
Yeah.
So if you have a cat that was fat and you didn't do anything, he starts getting skinny, he's drinking a lot of water, you need to check him out.
Check for those diabetes.
Yeah. So, and then we'll have some information on what to do with that later on. We also include in our newsletter every month just an article about pet health that may or may not relate to the topic. This month, Dr. Antonichich wrote an article about rabbit uterine cancer. So we do see a lot of rabbits here.
We do, a lot more than we used to.
Do a lot of exotics. And just like dogs and cats, one of the reasons we recommend spaying them young is to avoid these types of problems.
Yeah, like up to 60% of most female rabbits over the age of 3 to 4 can have a form of uterine cancer.
That's a lot higher than
That's really high.
It's over half. So spaying them when they're young is going to help avoid that. So there's some information here about the signs and symptoms you can see with the uterine cancer and how we treat it and how we diagnose it and manage it. Yeah. But like a lot of things in veterinary medicine, prevention's the key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spaying and neutering.
Another thing we like to include in our newsletter is what's happening in November in terms of pet-related things. So what do we got coming up this month?
So we do have Adopt a Senior Pet Month. So bring our old pets in. Like we said, the Diabetes Awareness Month, so watching your symptoms. We also have Manatee Awareness Month.
Woo-hoo!
We have our exotic doctors that'll take an exam on a manatee. We have Bird Health Awareness Week as well. We are able to see birds at any time available, so give us a call. Dr. A can look at them as well. We have our Pictures with Santa from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
That's going to be this Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yep. So we can give.
You need to call for an appointment. Call if you're going to come to that. If it's already happened, don't call. But
you can still try to call. We'll take a picture for you. We'll call Santa in.
No, because I have to be Santa. I'm not going to put that out. Okay, another thing we put in an article here is people have heard of the Atkins diet, which is a low-carb diet. In cats, we call it the Catkins diet.
Catkins.
So a lot of our diabetic cats, in addition to putting them on insulin, we'll put them on a very low carbohydrate diet. And there's information here on how to check your cat's body condition score. And there's some things online you can, if you look up cat body condition, you'll be able to see a chart that tells you how to do that. But generally, we feed cats too much carbohydrates, especially our dry foods. Our dry foods can be 20 to 30% carbohydrates, where their natural diet's about 2 to 3%. So the best way to do that is feed them canned food. So any diabetic cat, I'm saying any canned food is better than any dry food. But we do have some really good prescription diets, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later too. All right, now comes one of my favorite parts. Just for laughs.
Just for laughs.
This is our jokes. So since whoever's watching this, you probably have not read our newsletter. We're going to do some of these jokes. So I'm going to read some of the jokes, and then Brittney's going to do some. And I might laugh a little bit too loud, but that's okay. If pilgrims travel on the Mayflower, then what do college students travel on?
Ready? The scholarships.
Do the next one.
How did the pilgrims bring their cows to America?
I don't know.
On the Moonflower.
There you go.
Oh my God.
What do you do if you cross a turkey and a ghost?
I don't know. What?
A poultrygeist.
Oh my goodness. Gobble, gobble. What kind of music did the pilgrims like to listen to?
I don't know. What kind of music?
Plymouth Rock.
There you go. Why did the turkey end up in jail?
I don't know why.
Foul play.
All right.
This is great. I love these. Keep going.
Who is never hungry on Thanksgiving?
Not me.
The turkey, because he's already stuffed.
That's horrible. What do you get when a turkey lays an egg on a hill?
I don't know what.
An egg roll.
Tink, tink. Okay. Where do you find a turkey with no legs?
I don't know. Where do you find a turkey with no legs?
Exactly where you left it.
Okay. All right, and we also there's also a funny picture here too, so you may want to check that out. Okay, we're going to move on. Another feature of our newsletters every month is the product spotlight. So this month we're highlighting the Glycobalance Diet by Royal Canin. This is for dogs and cats, and we'll typically use this for animals with diabetes. One of the big problems in dogs with diabetes is feeding them twice a day. They get a big burst of sugar in their blood right after they eat, and then it kind of goes down, and the insulin is kind of staying level during the day. What the glycobalance does, it has a lot of fiber in there that helps even out the absorption of the glucose during the day. So it really makes it much easier to manage their diabetes.
And then when they are getting this diet, they are still getting their insulin.
Yes,
normally.
they're still getting their insulin. Although we've had some cats with type 2 diabetes, if we get them early enough, we can actually wean them off the insulin and just keep them on the diet after a while. So it's important, if you suspect your cat's diabetic, that we diagnose them early.
Yeah.
We have our monthly specials. So there's some coupons on the back here for you to print out and clip out. First one is, if you want to have your pet screened for blood sugar, bring them in. With every exam, you can get a free blood sugar screening. So we'll check their blood sugar for free, let you know if it's in a healthy range, and if it's not, then we'll suggest some other tests and possibly then talk about managing their diet.
Yep. And then usually with the blood test, if they're coming in anyway, they're going to get blood done. So it's not an extra poke or anything. So while we're doing heartworm tests or just routine blood tests, we can just do a drop in the back.
Yep.
So it can only take 2 seconds extra.
You don't have to wait a day to find out.
Nope. We can learn that day within 2 seconds.
The other thing we're doing is, in honor of National Bird Health Week, we're going to have the whole month. If you have a new pet bird that you want to bring to us, we've got one free exam per family. We have limited number of slots available for the free exams, but if you want to bring your birds in anytime, we welcome them here. There's a lot of information that you need to know about keeping your birds healthy. They should have a good checkup every year.
Yeah.
Even if they don't need a beak trim or nail trim, there are a lot of things that Dr. Anthony looks for to see if they're healthy.
We can do blood tests.
And if you do have a pet manatee you want us to look at, we're doing free exams on manatees all month too.
Down. Just get a truck full of water, drive them on down.
Well, we'll come to you. If you have a pet manatee, we'll come to you.
He will come to you.
Yes. Okay. Now, like I said on the front of our newsletter, we do have the referral coupons. We wanted to thank some of the people who referred pets to us this month. And if you haven't gotten them already, you'll be getting a thank you gift from us in the mail. It's a gift card to one of our favorite restaurants in the area, Palmer's Restaurant over in LaGrange. We also, with the coupon, the people you refer also get a discount off their first exam. So please be sure to take advantage of those. Now, a new thing we started last month, which I'm really excited about, is pet recipes.
Pet recipes.
So this month we had one of our receptionists, Cindy, came up with a low carbohydrate diet you can use for dogs with diabetes.
Oh.
So I thought it would be really fun if we actually demonstrated how to make this.
So for diabetic animals in general, just no regular treats?
No, regular treats have a lot of carbohydrates. They actually have a lot of sugar in them too. So we want to limit the sugar, we want to limit the fat, and the carbohydrates too. We don't, this recipe has only half a cup of flour and about 8 or 12 ounces of liver and an egg. So why don't we go into the kitchen and check that out? Okay. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Come on, let's go. We're gonna go. Here we are. We're in our break room. We're gonna make some dog treats today. So we've got several ingredients here. This is what we're doing is we're doing a half recipe of what's in the newsletter. So if you don't want to make a full batch, you can do a half. You got a half cup of whole wheat flour and 1 egg.
And
oh, there's another ingredient. What?
What else is it?
What do you think I am? Chopped liver? Why, yes. Yes, you are. We've got here 12 ounces of chopped liver. So the great thing about this is it's a mostly protein treat. Very little bit of carbohydrates in here, a little bit of starch with the flour, but it's not going to affect them too much at all. So we're going to put the liver into the food processor. Oh, this looks so yummy, doesn't it?
Yeah, just waiting for Thanksgiving. Okay. Yeah.
All right, why don't you go ahead and put that egg in there for me. See if the egg breaks wrong, then it's just kind of got hurt. If you get some eggshell in there, that's even better because the eggshells are good and healthy for them.
Don't say that.
Didn't think you got some in there, so that's even perfect. And then we're going to add the flour. Okay. And then, here we go. What do you think?
Yeah,
that looks terrific, doesn't it?
Beautiful. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the recipe calls for us to smear it out onto what they call a jelly pan, but just any pan here will do. So, ooh, wow, it just smells so delicious here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Boy, whoever came up with this really has a good eye for what looks delicious.
Yeah. I can't see a dog turning that one away.
No, so we're just going to smear that out over the whole pan so it bakes nice and evenly, and then when it's done we'll cut it up into nice bite-sized treats for the dog. Now alternatively, you got something really kind of neat if you don't want to have to cut up the treats.
I do.
What is that?
So we have 2 treat makers here. One of them is a Sunbeam one, and the other one is a Holston one. So these 2 treat makers, you can find your own recipes. They do come with their own that you can pour into them. But with these, you can make little biscuits. So it literally takes about 5 to 10 minutes. You make your recipe, put in a biscuit, close it, make sure it's locked, and then these lights on here will let you know when they're pretty much done.
So we can try a couple of biscuits with this stuff too then.
Yeah, we can make some bones, we can make some paw prints.
Okay,
make
so
a little bite-sized treats.
Just take my little spoon here and just stick it right into there.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll make a few of these. All right, and then through the magic of video, we're going to come back and show you what the finished treats look like. Okay. So we finished baking our treats. This was sitting in an oven at 350 for 15 minutes. We let it cool for a while.
And then this one was sitting in my bone maker for 10 minutes. Don't really have a degree on it because it just heats it up by itself.
So this kind of just puffed up, kind of interestingly. So we got a diabetic dog here. We want to try these out on. So here, you want? Oh, there she goes. She loves it. Beautiful. Let's try one of the bone ones here.
One of the bone ones. Here, can you get it?
Trust us. If you can't see her on the screen, she can't see
you
very
go.
well because of cataracts from her diabetes. So this is an easy, actually pretty easy to make.
Yeah.
A little smelly, but safe treat to give to your diabetic pets. Enjoy.